What's up, YouTube? This is Damon, aka the world's worst magician, bringing you a look at the Ornate playing cards, and these are the Unbranded White Edition. Now, I only have two out of the set, so I do have the Scarlet and the Emerald, and then there's also a Sapphire, which is blue, and an Amethyst, which is purple. And I will be trying to get my hands on those in the future, but for now, I have these two. So let's take a look at the tuck. They are similar, so for all the cards, the tucks are actually similar, so they change based on color. Again, this is the Emerald edition. On the sides, this is a completely unbranded tuck. On the top here, we do have the manufacturer and some information. So it's produced by the House of Playing Cards in USPCC and designed by the Midnight Card Company. And then on the back, this is the actual back of the card. And then one cool thing that they did inside of the tucks is they did put foil to show you the color of the cards. And then there is a little bit of foil. Here you can see that club is emerald. So this is going to be the same for both of the decks. So you can see that the Scarlet Edition is red. And the same thing, it's unbranded. Get your information on the top. And then the inside of the tuck, they do have their logo here. And then on the inside, you are going to have the red foil. So for the Amethyst and the Sapphire edition, the foil would just follow suit. So you'd have blue or purple foil inside of here. And then here is the inside of the tuck. All right, so let's get into it. So we'll take a look at the Emerald edition first. Now, a cool thing that he did, so you, as far as the gaff cards that come with it, so you have your House of Playing Cards advertisement card that has a standard back. And then the double backer is actually pretty cool because what they did is you can do a color change in between decks. So the color change would go from Emerald to Amethyst. So now that you've seen this part, what they've also done to go along with that is the jokers are those colors. So let me get focused here for you. So you can see that you have the green and the amethyst. So that plays into the color change. And then what they did is by suit, as I scrolled through these, it's all custom pip work, and the pips are the same no matter which color you got. But what's going to happen here, so as we see the custom court cards, once we get to the next suit, you see that it changes to purple. So that's going to be kind of the theme through this, is that we are at, oh, sorry, amethyst. And then once we get through this section, again, we have the custom court cards. We're going to switch back over to Emerald. And then again, once we get to the final suit, you'll see that it switches back over to Amethyst. So these cards are going to be good for if you're trying to do color changes. I mean, you can make it look like, you know, the deck's changing from Amethyst to Emerald and back. And pretty nice ace of hearts there. But as far as the cards feel, the only thing that I didn't really like was, so you see the spread, that's pretty uniform. You can't really see the pips because they are pretty chunky. So I do like the design. You can see this actually looks nice for when you do, if you do any kind of spread, maybe a lapel spread or something like that. But it just looks nice. It goes together. But, you know, the pips are so chunky that when you do a fan, unless you spread them out pretty far, it's kind of hard to see them. And then there you can see that if you did some kind of spread, I'm just doing a miniature one because I don't have much room to work with, but you can see how that would look when it spreads across. And then this is actually across all the decks, so it looks pretty nice. And then we'll take a close-up of the back. Now the backs are the same for all the cards, and they just change the colors. But you can see that, you know, there's some hidden stuff in there, like the pips are hidden in there. Here's the club, so there's some good work. They call them ornate. It's Baroque style cards. If you're a history buff, that matters to you. And here is a fan for the back. And again, it looks nice. I like the way that the side design plays here. They feel good, real smooth, easy to work with. We'll take a look at the Scarlet deck. All right, so let's take a look at the Scarlet deck. Now this again has the same where it comes with the, it has a standard back and then an advertisement card with the Sapphire. And then the color change is going to be from Scarlet to Sapphire, and then it is a double backer. So just a cool thing for color changes. And then as we look at the jokers, again, you have, so between this deck, it's going to be Scarlet to Sapphire or Sapphire to Scarlet, whichever way you want to look at it. But this is the Scarlet deck, so all the backs are going to be red versus the green. So we do start off with Sapphire, and then the pips are going to be exactly the same across all the decks. They are all custom, and so are the court cards. And then you'll see once we get past these court cards that we're going to switch back over to Scarlet. So yeah, these decks play very well for if you're going to do, you know, a color change routine or just some sort of illusion, because you can match up the faces with the different backs. So it gives you a lot of flexibility across the cards, and that's pretty cool. And as you see here, we've switched back to Sapphire. And then once we get into the hearts, you'll see that we've gone back to the Scarlet. So yeah, just a really cool concept in cards. And you know, I'm sorry I didn't get my hands on the other two. I am gonna try to get those so that you can take a look at it. But the cards are pretty much the same, just the color change is what's gonna happen. Again, it spreads really nice. You can see it looks good. Just the numbers are a bit chunky for a select a card kind of thing. Otherwise, you know, the fan looks good. I like the borders on them. And then again, you can see the sides here, and that's just a really cool effect. And then let's take a look at the back of the card here. And again, it is pretty ornate, like the name suggests. And the backs are the same. They are two-way backs across all the cards. And these ones are the Scarlet edition, so you're going to have the Scarlet backs. But yeah, the cards feel great. Handle great, look great, and the prospect for doing any kind of color change routine is actually pretty good on these. So I love the concept of these cards, and I'm definitely going to try to get my hands on the other two, just so that way it'll make, you know, doing any kind of color change routines or something like that a lot easier. But this has been your look at the Ornate Unbranded White Edition. And again, this was the Emerald and Scarlet, but there is a Sapphire and an Amethyst. All right, see ya. Well, I hope you liked that review. And if you have any questions, magic tricks, or decks that you want to see reviewed, go ahead and leave a comment down below, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. As always, I would greatly appreciate it if you would click that like button and subscribe for any future reviews. All right, see ya.